All right. Good morning, Breath Fitness class. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Japanese Friendship Garden. Looking good. We're here every week at the Friendship Gardens next to koi ponds and waterfalls. We have the entire gardens to use, which is pretty cool. So whenever there's some stuff going on, there's a giant Buddha statue with more waterfalls. If you head over to the other half of the gardens, that'll be fun for you guys to check out later. But so, the class today, what we're gonna do, every class, we do some sort of warming up exercise. We're gonna add some breath work to that exercise today. It's very light and mild, but super good for joint strength. To me, that's the number one thing that we can take care of. Make sure your joints are nice and strong. And then we go over a new technique. And today, since we have so many new people in class, we're gonna go over the Wim Hof method kind of exclusively, because that was sort of my introduction to this. And then once you understand that, it sort of kicks the door open. Not gently opens the door to what breathwork can do, it like jump kicks the door open and you're like, oh my God, this is what we can do with this stuff. It's pretty amazing. So we're gonna do a few rounds of Wim Hof style breathwork, and that'll be the new technique. And then we usually do some sort of longer breathing routine at the end, but we're gonna kind of combine those two things together. So if you guys are watching later and you fast forward to a half hour into this, that's when the guided breathwork is going to happen. Ooh, and that means it's 9:15. Cool. Guys, so let's, before we do anything, let's just warm up a little bit, if you don't mind. We're pretty lucky that it's an incredible day out today, but let's do a quick back adjustment, if you guys don't mind. So just lay on your backs, if you could. Dangle your knees out at 90 degrees or so, and slowly bring them to the right side. Right side, exhale and relax. We're just looking for a little back adjustment if possible. You can start to straighten them, exhale and relax. Back to the center, and slowly bring them to the left side. Exhale and relax. Back to the center, and then flex your knees till they start to tremor, okay? And then slowly straighten them and flex one more time when they're straight. And slowly bring them back in, flexing one more time. Hopefully you get a little knee adjustment or two, and then you can sit up. And wake up your ankles, wake up your toes. Don't forget about these things. They're super, this is the beginning. Your toes are the beginning of it all. All right, we're gonna do a little breath hold assessment, guys. So I'm gonna have you take a breath in and then let go, so that you still have about 4% of the air left. We call that neutral, meaning there's neutral air pressure in or out. Does that make sense? So you're not pushing air out, you're just letting go, and then you're gonna hold your breath with about that 40% left. Make sense? Cool. So let's do it, guys. Big breath in all the way in, and then let go. And pause with your breath. And we're just doing a little breath hold assessment now to see where we're starting from, because it's gonna be very interesting where we end up. On average, people can hold their breath for about 30 seconds from a light to medium urge to breathe. Right now, you're at 15 seconds. I never want you to pass a medium urge, and if you already had to breathe, that's okay. So now you're at, we'll go to 50 seconds approximately. You're at 25 seconds. Now you're at 30 seconds. If you made it to 30, awesome. If you didn't, that's okay too. And I'll tell you why. 3, 2, 1, you're at 40 seconds now. We'll go to 50. If you make it to 50, then you have quite good CO2 tolerance. And now you're at 50 seconds. Okay, so what just happened? By show of hands, who was disappointed in their breath hold just now? Yes, all right. So why is that? Because I tricked you guys. I'm super sorry, but I got your heart rate up before we did that breath hold. And even though you were calm and comfortable, your heart rate follows whatever you do about 30 seconds. So I knew you were still in that 30-second window, and that relates to your breath hold 1 for 1. Heart rate's lower, you can hold your breath better. So it's really that simple. So the best way to get your heart rate down is short breath in and a long breath out through your teeth. And the reason we do that, because when you breathe in, your heart rate goes up. When you breathe out, it goes down. So stands to reason, the more you breathe out, particularly 3 to 6 of these breaths, the lower you can get your heart rate. So try it with me, guys. Quick short in, out through the teeth, curled lip, pursed lips and curled tongue. Just like that, kind of as long as you can do. And then quick short in, out through the teeth. It makes a sound, a hissing sound, because you're just deflating effortlessly as you relax and use the least amount of energy. Perfect. So you gave that a shot. That is the heart rate lowering breath. At the end of every round we do, we're gonna bring our heart rate down before we do any breath holds. Make sense? Because then we can hold our breath for longer, and it's gonna be a little bit more interesting. The meditative state is gonna be more apparent. And so, the recipe of the Wim Hof method is 30 or 40 breaths all the way in. So these are breaths that roll in from your belly to your chest, and we could even get wacky into diaphragmatic structures that open up into your head even, and you can really sort of pour air, fill your body with air, probably in places that we wouldn't expect with all these diaphragmatic structures, which is neat. But just so you guys know, so you don't have to remember that, these breaths that we're gonna take, particularly if we're sitting up, you want to make sure that your belly is moving a little bit. You want it to go into your belly first, then into your chest with a little bit of tension in the neck and shoulders, because we're really trying to pack it in there, and then you just let go without pushing air out, and you get back to neutral. So we're breathing above neutral in this case. Make sense? Sound good? Okay, so 30 or 40 of those breaths, and then we take one more, and I'll count you down to it, and then you hold your breath at that neutral place like we just did, which is pretty cool. And then what you're gonna notice is, as we drop our CO2, we are going to be able to hold our breath for longer and longer, which is pretty awesome. And that feels good. Hey, there she is. You're good, right in time. We have all new students today. Can you imagine? Yes. Super cool.
Get ready, guys.
So, what we're going to do today then is we're just going to do Wim Hof session. We're going to do a wild Wim Hof session where we do multiple rounds, and it's going to feel great. Lastly, so you've been holding your breath for different extended periods of time. I never want you to pass a medium urge to breathe, but I'll give you some cues as to how long to do it. And then, when it's time to breathe, you take a full breath in, and you lock in a full breath for just a moment. And this is kind of the magic sauce. This is going to manipulate your circulation. You get a blood pressure drop, and you start to move cerebral spinal fluid and blood to your head when you take that full breath. Medically, it's called the Valsalva maneuver, but it is a magic time because we created this little stress, this hormetic stress, that allowed us to get a little boost of adrenaline, and then we started to push that blood around, and you start to feel high. You start to feel high. The brain scans say endocannabinoids and opioids. It's the real deal, guys. You guys know happiness is on the inside, and you're in control of it, honestly, and you're gonna feel it today. And I hope you're skeptical. Okay, so that would be a round. We did the breath work 2 minutes, we held our breath for different extended periods of time, and then we take a full breath in and pause with a full breath for about 15 seconds. That is a round. And typically, we put together anywhere from 3 to 6 of these rounds, and we don't really take too much of a break in between. But does anybody have any questions on that? I'm that good of an instructor that's it's just locked in, everyone's ready to go. I love it. Thank you, guys. That's, So what we're going to do too is we're going to warm up our bodies a little bit before we do that. So if you guys don't mind, let's stand up. Sloan, you're on camera. You picked the on-camera spot. Hey, so this is the best. This is just stand there for a moment, close your eyes, and just see what you feel in your body. Just stand, take a little scan, take a little assessment of how your body feels. Maybe you feel your hands a little bit, maybe you feel a little bit of tingling. But now we're gonna use tapping to get the lymph system moving. And you just start with one leg, and don't be gentle. Just get it all going. Do your other leg. Do your bits, whatever you like. Don't skip anything, guys. Get it all. Your arms. Don't be easy on it. underneath your arm, all the way down your side. Guys, the lymph system's a series of one-way valves with no pump, but the pump is our breath. Your head, don't forget your ears, the back of your head, the back of your neck, your face a little bit. Some of us need a few more smacks to the face than others. And now, just stand there. Just stand there, close your eyes, and feel that. That's it. So we're moving energy. So simple. It feels good, right? You feel that little buzz that you got. Guys, that's an awesome way to warm up a little bit. To when you're tired, to just get that energy moving again. So this is what we're going to do too. Guys, we're going to do a very short push-up, squat, and a little crunch to get us going here. Let's start with the squat since we're standing up already, and just get, what I recommend is when you do a bodyweight squat, kind of figure out where your squatting position all the way at the bottom is. Kind of just get, everyone's hips are a little bit different, so now you know where you are. Now you know how your feet should be, because if you're wondering where your feet are, perfect. Now you get back up, and then now we're gonna slowly go down with some big breaths as we go down. Here we go. A little bit each time. Slowly going down until your knees start to tremor. If they're not trembling, they're not tremoring, it's not working, guys. You're gonna pause right there for a moment. Guys, a 1-minute squat, nobody believes me, but this is the ultimate knee healing tool. And I know you guys can do it. So here we go, we've been there for a moment. We're gonna slowly go back up with some forceful exhales. It goes, and then get back to maybe a light nose breathe as you get back up. Perfect. Awesome. Now, let's do our push-up. You can plank if you want to, but a few big breaths, it's gonna go the same way. So some sort of push-up position on your knees, whatever feels good, guys. On your knees is probably better than a plank. But let's slowly go down. A couple of big breaths. With each breath, you're down at the bottom for a moment. Hang out down at the bottom. And actually, if you hold your breath and you wait for an air hunger, you'll be super surprised how quickly a few forceful exhales relieve your hunger. So here we go, a few forceful exhales. So we slowly go back up. To the top, we're there. All right, a crunch. 1-minute crunch. These are a little bit shorter than a minute. We're going a little shorter. So this is interesting, guys. Just for a moment before we get in our crunching position, do me a favor. Take a breath in, let it go, find neutral. Now you're at neutral, you still have 40% left. Now only push air out. Don't take any air in, just push it out. And feel your belly button. Feel how your belly button flexes, particularly if you push out through your teeth. You feel that? Perfect. You're done. So what's happening is you're creating a vacuum. And so for athletics, for moving something, for moving a couch, you can keep your core strong while continuing to breathe using the vacuum. I never have to take a breath in if I use forceful exhales, and I get used to that vacuum. I know it's unintuitive, but it's very cool because you've seen it happen in tennis. In the martial arts, you hear these sounds. They're compressing their mouth, they're creating this tension inside, and they're allowing themselves to continue to breathe while staying engaged with whatever activity it is and keeping their core strong. So we're gonna add that to a crunch. So here we go, you get into some sort of crunching position, knees up a little bit, head off the mat, shoulders off the mat, and use forceful exhales now, guys. You can add in a pattern. Whatever your favorite pattern is. Yeah, perfect. And then a tiny bike. A tiny bike's not bad. Riding a tiny bike, you're a circus bear. Never actually seen a circus bear ride a tiny bike. I feel like I'm missing out. All right, guys, and your legs are now, you're a clock. You're at 9 o'clock. You're at 9:30. You're at 10 o'clock. You're at 10:30. 11 o'clock. 11:30. 11:45. 11:55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 59 and 3/4. 59 and 7/8. All right, noon, we're done. Cool. One crunch. You're gonna be ready for beach season, right, Sloan? That's right. Right. She's been doing one crunch for years now, right?
Yeah, every Friday.
Yeah, there you go. Amazing. All right. A little bit about breathing. We're going to do a little tiny warm up for our breathing process. So easy to do, guys. Take your 4 fingers, find some meat below your ribs, hunch your spine over, and let your fingers fold in to your belly. And we're going to take 3 breaths into the belly. So into the belly, and let go. Let your spine come up a little bit. Your shoulders come up when you take it in into the belly. And let go. Number 2. Sorry, that was 3. And good. Now, some claws. Make some claws with your hands and find your ribs, find some meat, push into the sides, and we're going to take 3 into the sides. So into the side, then let go. Number 2, then let go. Good. Number 3, and let go. Now, just put a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest. And we're going to do belly, pause, and then into the chest. So you go into the belly, into the chest, and let go. 2 more in the belly, into the chest, and let go. Pause for a second, guys. So I see some of you, when you breathe into your belly, that your shoulders go up a little bit, which is totally fine. But let's try and compartmentalize it for a moment. And let's try and keep our shoulders down when the belly expands. And then we go into our chest and the shoulders go up, okay? Just to try and separate it a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Let's do 2 more. Into the belly, into the chest. Good, and let go. Last one, in the belly, into the chest, and let go. Good. Hopefully, you notice right now, if you just take a breath in, you feel like you might be taking a little bit bigger breaths in. We got this fascia that's kind of tight. This is so important, guys, that you're able to comfortably take these big breaths. And the more you practice this, and if you're a little sore after today, or when we're doing this, if you have some discomfort, perfect. Because that means you found an area of weakness, you found an area that you can improve on, because you want to be able to take these sort of monster giant breaths and feel good and confident and comfortable with it, and it gets rid of, it can help improve allergies and COPD and all these things to have your breathing process be strong. Oh, the hummingbird's joining us here. Cool. So everything is warmed up. We feel pretty good. And now we're going to get into some rounds. What I recommend is we do a couple rounds sitting up, and then we'll do more rounds lying down. Saves your energy when you lie down a little bit. When we do our rounds sitting up, remember when we were at neutral, what helps you sit up comfortably for longer is having a little bit extra more than neutral. So I would say like a Buddha belly. You've seen the Buddha. You just kind of give yourself a nice little belly, and it creates some core tension to keep you upright, because it does require a bit of extra energy and effort to hold your breath sitting up compared to lying down. So we're going to do some of that. Let's see. Whether to breathe with your nose or your mouth when we do this stuff. So if your airflow with your nose is just so good that and you just have a really hard time breathing with your mouth, then of course you can do this stuff with your nose. And you should be breathing with your nose 99.9% of the time, at home, throughout the day, at night. If you've got a bowl of chapstick and water next to your bed, it's because you're a mouth breather at night. And I was for 40 years, but it's going to change your life if you change that little habit. So tape your mouth shut, maybe to the excitement or dismay of your partner, but tape your mouth shut. and you're breathing much better at night. And so nose breathing is the king, okay? But for these exercises, it is not as effective, because our goal is to move the most amount of air with least amount of effort, and it just sort of slows down the process. So what I would suggest is, in the beginning of the exercise, you use nose or mouth, whatever feels best to you, the first 30 seconds of this 30 to 40 breaths. So 30 to 40 breaths is approximately 2 minutes. So I'll mention that a couple of times. First 30 seconds, we're just getting the airflow moving, making it flow. It's fine. The second 30 seconds, we pick it up a little bit. The third 30 seconds, we have to intentionally release adrenaline. And then the last 30 seconds, we get our heart rate down. And then we hold our breath. And what you're going to find is the experience just goes by quite quickly, and it feels really good. And it's easy to push yourself for 30 seconds as opposed to kind of breathing heavy for 2 minutes, if that makes sense. Cool. What else do you need to know? Now is a great time for questions. Or if anybody needs to use the restroom, you could charge off right now. We got a restroom down there. Should you get to use the restroom? Sorry. I wasn't picking on you. You're just giving you an opportunity. Okay, guys, let's do a little bit of a practice round right now. And then you can ask questions after that. And then we're going to put these together. And we're really going to get into these sensations. Sound good? So here we go. This will be our first round. Everybody has a different lung capacity. So we're going to go at different paces. So we're going to take 3 breaths together. And then we're going to end with 3 breaths together. So we sync up at the end. And we're all going to feel kind of the sensations we want. Lastly, if the stuff that you feel, you're just like, man, this is too much for me or whatever, breathe more with your nose and your belly and just start to slow down on your own regardless of my instruction, okay? So you guys are in control of this stuff. What this stuff does is release some angst. This is, you are intentionally increasing anxiety in order to feel even better than you would have possibly felt before afterwards. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to push ourselves in this sympathetic state, this little bit of fight or flight state, and then we're going to drop back down into this parasympathetic state. And man, we're going to feel calm and amazing because of that pendulum swing of the nervous system. So let's try it, guys. Here we go. 3 breaths together. Big breath in all the way in. And let go. Number 2. And let go. Number 3. And let go. Now you're on your own. Start slow, guys. Nose breathing's fine right now. And remember, never let your throat dry out. Switch to your nose whenever you need to. Pause and swallow's okay. Just nice full breaths right now. Allow it to feel good. Allow yourself to find a rhythm. Let your hips turn over, your spine curl and uncurl. All right, now we got to push the pace a little bit. Let's pick it up. Here we go. When you're going to meet some resistance, your body's going to be like, hey, that's too much. You got to push past that resistance, guys. Nice full breaths. Tension in the neck and shoulders. Perfect job, guys. Now, for just 20 seconds, we're going to push ourselves. All right, here we go. Pick it up one more time. If you feel little goosebumps coming down the back of your neck, perfect. You're doing it perfect. Last few quick ones, guys. Perfect job, guys. Now let's bring our heart rate down. Short breath in, long breath out through the teeth. And I don't even want you to get all the way to neutral or have any air hunger. Just quick short in again and let go. As you deflate and relax your body. Quick short in and let go. Get your body into the most comfortable position so you don't have to move the least amount as we hold our breath. Loosen up and sync back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last, big deep breath all the way in. Let it go nice and slow. Find the Buddha belly, lock it in. So you probably have about half a breath left, if not a little more. And just hold your breath. And now, connect to the sensations that you feel. And if that was hard for a few moments and you started to yawn or anything, that is just resistance. Your body is just offering a bit of resistance to try and slow you down, but we're in control. So guys, whenever you have an urge to breathe, if you slowly count in your head, keeps the urge to breathe light to medium. 3, 2, 1. You made it to the end, push the rest out. All the way back in. 1 extra sip, lock it in. Keep the pressure in your chest. Let it sink a little deeper towards your heart. You can kind of feel sensations. Your head fills with blood a little bit. In 3, 2, 1, let go of the pressure and let go of the breath. You guys feel that? Interesting stuff, isn't it? Did you feel the lightheadedness, the disassociation? So that is a positive disassociative effect. That is, with that disassociation, you actually get this interoceptive result of what's going on inside. So you start to feel your heart rate a little bit more. You start to feel blood flow. You start to feel movement in your body more. Your nervous system starts to tremble a little bit at points. So by show of hands, who made it to that breath hold? Just curious. Almost everybody. Did you get close? You yawned at the end. I saw you. Yeah, I think that threw you off a little bit. But guys, you held your breath for almost a minute that time. Is that crazy? That's how fast it happens. That's the kind of control we have. From that heart rate control, controlling the CO2. So that is a meditative state that you enter. You don't have to try and meditate. That is the result. Meditation is the result of this kind of practice, which is, it's the best. I mean, we own this meditative place. So what I might recommend, guys, if you want to lean up against something, if you've made it to those breath holds and you're fine, if you feel like you wanted to, like, it was costing you some energy, you can always lean up against the wall when you hold your breath. But we'll do 1 or 2 more rounds sitting up, and then we'll do some lying down. So this is a great time for questions, guys. Any questions? Why is this?
A little lightheaded, is that?
Yes, good job. What was your first name again?
Jenny.
Jenny. Jenny, perfect. Jenny said she felt a little lightheaded. Yes. And I would say, I would hope you feel more than a little lightheaded when we do this, okay? So again, you're in control of the intensity that you want this to happen, but the lightheadedness comes right out of the beginning, okay? And that's part of it. That is that disassociation. We see that the brain is changing where the activity is. So we're getting more activity near the brainstem, less activity in the front, and that's the result. That's the meditative state that you get in. Any other questions, guys? Because we don't really want to ask questions in between the next rounds. We kind of need to put these together. So again, this is the moment. You guys are good? All right. Yeah, please, Jenny.
What were you talking about in the very beginning? I think I missed his name.
Oh, Wim Hof was my instructor, the Dutch daredevil.
Okay.
That what we're doing today is the Wim Hof method breath work. And the Wim Hof method is breath work for this, exactly what we're doing, and for cold exposure. So how to handle wild amounts of cold, where we climb mountains in our underwear, essentially, and like no shirt on, and we do ice baths. We do them here sometimes, and you learn to get competent and comfortable in an ice bath, which is pretty awesome. Does anybody have a watch on? Do we know what time it is?
9:41.
Okay, let's get to business, guys. Here we go. One more round sitting up, and then we're gonna lie down. So let's begin. 3 breaths together. Big breath in all the way in, and let go. Number 2, and let go. Number 3, and let go. Now you're on your own. Make it feel good, guys. Just get the airflow moving. Nose breathing is fine right now. More of relaxed breathing is fine, but do fill completely. So fill your belly first, fill to the top. Tension in the neck and shoulders is going to be useful. All right, guys, now it's time to meet some resistance. This is when the lightheadedness is going to kick in. Start to pick it up. Eyes open or closed, doesn't matter. Let your hips be loose. Your spine curl and uncurl a little bit. If you do have something to lean up against, I would kind of lean forward and so that you're loose and until you hold your breath, and then that's when you lean back. Perfect job, guys. Now for 30 seconds, let's push ourselves outside our comfort zone. Here we go. Perfect job, guys. You don't have to follow my pace, but do find that resistance and push past it. Last few quick ones, guys. Pick it up one more time if you can. Perfect job, guys. Let's bring the pace down now. Short breath in, long breath out through the teeth. Short breath in, long breath out. Deflate effortlessly as you relax your body, adjust your body into the place you're gonna sit using the least amount of movement. Here we go, guys. Loosen up and sink back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last big deep breath in. Let it go slow. Find the Buddha belly, lock it in, sink into the ground, into the wall, into whatever position you're in, and make that connection, guys. The connection to your nervous system. We've found when you breathe fast, you breathe heavy like this, you've pushed energy into your nervous system and it starts to tremor sometimes. You start to feel little impulses. You're almost to the end, guys. You could slowly start your count to any number, makes no difference. In 3, 2, 1, you made it to the end. You can push the rest out. All the way back into the top. 2 extra sips. Lock it in, keep the pressure in your chest. Let the pressure sink deeper towards your heart. You can even add in a little extra tense, a little extra pressure. We hold on to that for a few moments. And in 3, 2, 1, let go of the pressure, let go of the breath. Awesome work, guys. Interesting, right? Whoa, there we go. That's the beginning. So guys, if you want to do some lying down, you can. If you like it sitting up, you can stay that way too. When you do lie down, I'll just make a suggestion. You lie there flat when you're going slow, and then when we start going fast, if you put your knees up and you even bring your heels kind of closer to your butt and you take a look at your knees, make sure they're not leaning one way or another, you can keep your knees up quite effortlessly for a while. So just a little suggestion. Whatever you want to do though. Sitting up, lying down is good. All right, guys, here we go. Let's begin. Big breath in. 3, 2, 1. Now you're on your own. Now you're just filling up. We changed postures a little bit, so you're just seeing how your body fills up. As we start changing our CO2 balance, you're gonna feel bouts of warmth and cold go through your body. All right, guys, it's time to meet some resistance. Let's start to pick it up. If you want to slowly put your knees up, you can. You're meeting that resistance in the form of yawning or discomfort in some degree, but you got to push past that, guys. Now, for 30 seconds, it's time to release adrenaline intentionally. Here we go. You consider this a serious moment. The fullest, deepest breaths you can take. The breath rolls in all the way into your head. You put a little flex to bring that air in as full as possible. Last few quick ones, guys. Perfect. Let's bring our heart rate down now. Short breath in, long breath out. As you deflate effortlessly and sink into those sensations. Adjust your body. Slowly put your legs down if you want to. Adjust your body where you're going to be able to lie comfortably with the least amount of effort. Perfect job, guys. Loosen up and sync back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last big deep breath all the way in. Let it go slow. Lock it in. You still have about half a belly's worth of air, half a lungful worth of air left. Lock it in and hold your breath. Guys, when you get a dose of adrenaline, your pupils dilate, your skin gets more sensitive, your hearing gets better. Feel that sensation. It's all there for you. Make the connection to new data. You're getting new data from your body that we have to ignore throughout the day. But there it is. You can feel the electricity moving through your body, the energy. You're almost to the end, guys. Slowly counting in your head keeps the urge to breathe light to medium for longer. In 3, 2, 1. You made it to the end, guys. Push the rest out. All the way back into the top. 3 extra sips. Lock it in. Keep that pressure in your chest. Let it sink deeper towards the spine. Sit with it for a moment. Feel those sensations kind of rise up to your head. And in 3, 2, 1, let go of the pressure and let go of the breath. That's it, guys. The high is real. And it's all inside. Everything you need. We're going to slowly start the next round. We're going to do at least 2 more rounds. You doing okay? Doing okay? Okay, no problem. Here we go, guys. Start slow. 3 together. 3. Then let go. Number 2. Then let go. Number 3. And let go. Now you're on your own. Remember to pause and swallow whenever you need to. Keep your throat comfortable. All right, guys, it's time to meet some resistance. You might slowly put your legs up now if you want and start to pick it up. Your hands can be wherever you like, to your side, on your belly, on your chest, whatever feels best. You're taking full breaths in where there's tension in your neck and shoulders, these deep full breaths, and you're letting go effortlessly. If you haven't been feeling the sensations quite like I described and you want to feel more, you just got to breathe a little faster, you got to breathe a little deeper. Here we go, guys. Now for 30 seconds, we're going to push ourselves. Let's go. We only have 2 more rounds left, guys. If you have some energy left, let's go. 15 seconds left of maybe the fastest you have breathed so far today. Last few quick ones, guys. Perfect job, guys. Let's bring the pace down now. Short breath in, long breath out. Deflate as you relax your body. Hopefully, you got some of those goosebumps that happen from that excitement of the nervous system. Short breath in, long breath out. Deflate and relax, guys. You could slowly put your legs down now if you want. Loosen up and sync back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last big deep breath all the way in. Let it go slow. Find the neutral zone or slightly above. Lock it in. and hold your breath. So what we find after you've excited the nervous system in a significant way, you also start to relax in the equal opposite way. So the tremors start to resolve and you start to be able to become still in body and mind. This stillness is an incredible place to be. The precursor to adrenaline is dopamine. So you're getting this dose of dopamine to allow you to feel like you're on the right track, and probably associated with serotonin, acetylcholine, all these amazing neurotransmitters are under your control. Guys, you're almost to the end, slowly counting. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You made it to the end. Push the rest out. All the way back into the top. 4 extra sips. Lock it in. Keep the pressure in your chest. Let it sink deeper. You can even add a little flex around that pressure, intentionally filling your head with blood, but also cerebral spinal fluid, as we manipulate the circulatory system ever so slightly. And then 3, 2, 1. First, let go of the pressure and let go of the breath. Awesome work, guys. This is it. We're going to do at least one more, and we're going to go even deeper. If you're curious, you're holding your breath over 1.5 minutes now. It's time changes when you get into this state, okay? Here we go, guys. Start slow. 3 breaths together. Big breath in all the way in, and let go. Number 2, and let go. Number 3, and let go. Now you're on your own. Allow it to feel good. If you ever dried out a little bit before, just make sure you're pausing to swallow whenever you need to, switching to your nose for a few. But otherwise, a circular breath, keeping the breath moving. Nice, full breath in, deeply in, and let go. Now, it's time to meet some resistance, guys. Here we go. And if you want to be real technical, you can make each breath a little faster than the last. Resistance comes in the form of yawning, dizziness, all these things, but you are capable of pushing past that. Now, guys, how about 40 seconds? Let's get outside our comfort zone. Here we go. Start slow and make each breath a little more intense and a little faster than the last. You could slowly put your knees up now if you haven't already. This is your serious moment to intentionally release adrenaline, guys. You're in control of this stuff. This may be one of the last rounds we do. So for 10 seconds left, push yourself the best you can. Perfect job, guys. Let's bring the pace down. Short breath in, long breath out. As you deflate, relax. Slowly put your legs down now. Short breath in, long breath out. Relax your body, starting with your legs. Your hands can be anywhere on your belly, on your chest, to the side. Relax your legs. Short breath in, long breath out. Relax your hips. Relax your arms. Relax your torso. Don't stop breathing. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest. Loosen up and sink back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last big deep breath all the way in. Let it go slow. Find that neutral zone or even slightly above, about half a breath left. Lock it in and hold your breath. Relax your face. Relax your eyebrows. Sink in to the ground and sink in to your mind's eye, your consciousness. It's so easy to connect to consciousness, guys. It's just what you see with your eyes closed. It's all there for you. The light, the dark, the colors. You may start to see shapes. Like clouds, the shapes could make recognizable shapes. We have time, guys. We're going to do one more round after this. But that'll be the last one. We started a little late because they opened the gate a little late. But for some reason, if you do have to leave, it's 9 o'clock now. But we'll just do one more round after this. So connect, guys. You feel that meditation. I know you do because it's the result of the steps that we took. You're almost to the end, guys. Slowly counting in your head keeps the urge to breathe light to medium. If this is your first time, I want you to follow along with me in 3, 2, 1. You made it to the end. You can push the rest out. All the way back into the top. 5 extra sips. Lock it in. Nice full breath. Plenty of pressure in your chest. Let the pressure sink deeper. It actually relaxes the ability for the heart to beat. And so you get a drop in blood pressure. And you can add a little extra pressure to intentionally push blood and cerebral spinal fluid to your head. And in 3, 2, 1. Guys, you made it to the end. Push the rest out. All the way back into the top. And slowly let it go. And feel that presence of electricity and energy in your system. If you guys are up for it, we'll do one last round. If you need to go, I understand. They opened the gate a little late for us, so we have some time. So here we go, guys. Start slow. 3 together. 3, 2, 1. Now you're on your own. Just get the airflow moving. You might want to slowly put your legs up to you. So 6 rounds is a wonderful dose of this stuff. That is a perfect amount to do. The sensations should be quite significant. Now, guys, let's meet some resistance. Here we go. You can pick it up a little bit. Again, you can make each breath a little faster than the last. Allow it to feel good. You're taking these big, full breaths. You're going to be taking bigger, more comfortable breaths later on today. Now, guys, for 30 seconds, let's intentionally release some adrenaline. If you haven't felt the goosebumps, just pick it up a tiny bit. Just push yourselves a little bit. 25 seconds left. You can do it. Pick it up one more time for 15 seconds. Last few quick ones. Perfect job, guys. Bring the pace down. Let's get our heart rate down. Short breath in, long breath out. slowly put your legs down now. Get to the place where you can relax your body to the deepest. Short breath in. Long breaths out. Relax your body, neck and shoulders, face and eyes, forehead and neck. If you're sitting up, you just stack your spine up. You lean up against whatever you got. Just get your body in the position where you're gonna not have to move. And loosen up, sink back up with me in 3, 2, 1. Last big deep breath all the way in. Let it go slow. Find that neutral zone. Or if you were not holding your breath as long as you wanted, take a little extra in, be slightly above neutral. Lock it in and hold your breath. And this is it, guys. We know happiness is on the inside. All these outside influences are catalysts to the chemical factory that's inside. This is the keyboard. These are the levers to this supercomputer, which is ourselves. We control the flow of neurotransmitters and electricity and exuberance that flows throughout our nervous system. Just feel it. Feel it all. Feel it maybe like you've never felt it before. It's all there for you. If you have some experience and you want to hold your breath for a little bit longer, you can. But if this is your first class, I want you to stick with me. You can start your count, slowly counting to any number. And in 3, 2, 1, you made it to the end. You can push the rest out. All the way back into the top. 6 extra sips. Keep that pressure in your chest. This time, if you haven't already, add a little extra pressure and give yourself a little squeeze. Flex that circulation. Relaxes cerebral blood flow, fills the blood with cerebral spinal fluid. And guys, we can hold on to this one a little bit longer since we're on the last one. So totally up to you. When it feels good to you, first let go of the pressure and let go of the breath. And we're going to take a moment, a minute at least, of silence. And just enjoy this incredible state. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys.